for the back of the class that's back there and they poke their head up and like, okay, like I need to be communicating my value. Those are great words. How do you like give these people some specifics on how they implement this?
Yeah. By the way, love Teresa. She's been in our mastermind for years and she's very good at this. Yeah. So for the person that really hasn't been locked in on this topic and is now realizing, oh boy, I'm going to have to communicate my value to buyers so that they will actually sign a rep agreement. Oh boy. On the listing side, there's going to be a lot more questions about commission and compensation. I'm going to have better answers. Here's the good news. If you are willing, you may not have ever done this before, but if you are willing to truly pursue mastery of two things, I think you're going to do better than you've ever done. Number one, master adding value for your clients. And that means this Kaizen process of constant improvement and process improvement. And hey, what we did yesterday may not be what we do tomorrow. How do we improve our systems? What do we take away? What do we add? If you're willing to do that, hyper focused on value to your buyer, value to your seller, value to your renter, value to your investor, whoever your ideal client is, that's one part of what is going to create a massive opportunity for you going forward. Number two is how you communicate that. But let's go back to, I think what you want to get into is, okay, technically speaking, what would I actually do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because you say it's Kaizen, you make me think about like Deming and manufacturing and, you know, an important thing to think about, you know, like if you think about the way an economy operates and a manufacturing process operates is you take raw ingredients that have a certain amount of value and you process them and things come out of the factory on the other end. But the value of that thing is not just the sum of its parts. You
could have 10 $1 parts,
right,
and have $1 million product come out the other end because of the value of it, not the cost of the assembly of it.
Right, exactly. The BOM cost of an iPhone is not $1,000. It's probably $200, right? And they're charging $1,000. So we could probably brainstorm some examples, you know, of like what is creating that value in a real estate transaction. Is it you are a master of this transaction and everything is smooth and the person does not, you know, even need to think about, you know, what's happening? Like what are some of the things that come to mind for you that are making that customer say, you know what, I got my money's worth?
Yeah, let me give you an annoying answer and then I'll give you a happy one. The annoying answer is different consumers want different things. So if you're not willing to actually pay attention to who am I trying to work with, if you are willing to get away from I will do anything for anyone, which means you're not excellent for anyone, then you can succeed more in the future than in the past, or at least sustain whatever success you've had and not lose ground. Now, assuming some archetype, some very similar client type, at the end of the day, if you can put more money in a seller's pocket, then you are worth more to them. Now, there's a lot of ways to do that. Some of these simple, obvious, not super differentiated ones are staging and better photography, negotiation, communication, availability, access, staff help, technology, a clearly differentiated, unique selling proposition or marketing and selling offer. The ability to get more eyeballs on a property, to get more foot traffic in a property, to get more offers, to get more competitive offers, cleaner offers, less liability for your seller. You know, these sound obvious, but there's a lot of people that aren't doing that. They're just sort of taking what the MLS got them, taking what the market is driving. If there's scarcity naturally in the market, then they have it. If it's not naturally in the market, then they don't have it. Well, what if you had systems to create scarcity, to create urgency? This is what we coach on. And by the way, over the years, 50% or more of what we coach on, I've shared for free on Keeping It Real episodes. So, you know, go track it down. At this point, you would join coaching because you want us to walk, you want to run with us to do that. But that's fine. We love doing it.
Well, plug for upcoming episode. I mean, we're talking about a couple of things, and I think you're going to keep drilling into the scarcity thing, which Teresa also talks about. So subscribe for that. And then we talked to Dr. Benjamin Ritter, who's outside the real estate industry, but is a leadership and professional development coach. And, you know, there was a great segment in there where he's like, look, coaching, we could talk about this all on a podcast, but really a coach's job is to call you on your bullshit, and hold your feet to the fire.
Yeah. I think, you know, different people are motivated by different things. Different consumers would understand and experience value in different ways. So one of the best ways you can begin to add more value is to focus on a certain consumer type, not not in a discrimination type of way, but to say, look, residential only or townhomes only. And I'm just going to get better and better and better at that. This price point, this geography, whatever it is. The fact is, if you can become world class at that, you are much more likely to put more money in that seller's pocket, to have them sleep better during the transaction, to have them enjoy it, to have them get not just financial benefit, but lifestyle benefit, social benefit, maybe even some sort of impact, like community impact, ministry impact, something like that. And then on the buy side, flip it. Less money out of pocket, more reward, more ROI, easier process, more flexibility, access to more potential properties online and offline, on market and off market. More help than just one person, the ability to see properties when more than one person has scheduling availability, to have, relational expertise, technological expertise, negotiation, transactional, to have access to higher quality, more options with vendor partners. And, I could go on and on and on forever, but there's a lot of specifics there that if you're not writing them down, you could. And if that sounds like something you're already doing, maybe you need to work more on the communication of your value. Or maybe you need to think more critically about, I'm doing those things, but I don't know that they're producing a much different result. So I need to do them differently or do them better or use them better or find better people to do, This doesn't have to be rocket science. There is some uniqueness and cleverness to this, but a lot of times it's execution more than idea.